Hello, dear viewers, and a very warm welcome back to our channel, the place where we explore the captivating world of royalty and the profound human stories that unfold within it. Today we take you on a deeply emotional journey, one that offers a rare glimpse into a moment of vulnerability at the very heart of the British royal family. This is an intimate look at the personal struggles of His Royal Highness, Prince William, the Prince of Wales. Before we begin, please take a moment to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel if you haven't already, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement truly helps us continue to bring you heartfelt and insightful stories like this one. For decades, Prince William has epitomized duty, strength, and quiet composure, the image of an heir shaped by expectation and tradition. To the public, he has always appeared as a figure of steadfast resolve, a loyal servant of the crown, and a devoted family man. The House of Windsor, a dynasty built upon centuries of heritage, has long stood as a symbol of endurance through every storm. This defining quality, resilience in adversity, has been most vividly embodied by his late grandparents, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince William himself reflected on this legacy during a recent interview, describing how his grandparents represented health, longevity, and an almost unbreakable spirit. Living well into their 90s, they projected an image of stoicism, discipline, and quiet fortitude. For many years, by William's own admission, the royal family had been very lucky, spared from the kinds of serious illnesses that might otherwise disrupt their lives or challenge the monarchy's stability. This long era of good health, combined with the monarchy's public image as a pillar of strength, may have created a quiet sense of invulnerability. The belief that even life's hardest trials would somehow spare them. But now, in a moment of unprecedented candor and raw honesty, Prince William has chosen to reveal one of the most difficult and emotionally demanding periods of his adult life. This revelation came during an episode of the Apple Television Plus series, The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy. It was in conversation with the beloved Schitt's Creek star Eugene Levy, known for his warmth, humor, and empathy, that the Prince of Wales opened up in a way rarely seen before. The exchange took place at none other than Windsor Castle, a setting steeped in royal history and grandeur, yet on this occasion serving as the backdrop for a remarkably human moment of reflection and vulnerability. As they toured the castle's magnificent grounds, William, now 42 years old, spoke with striking sincerity, admitting that he had felt as though the rug had been pulled from under his feet. It was a vivid, almost visceral metaphor, a way of expressing that sudden and shattering feeling of losing one's balance, one's certainty, and one's sense of safety. He explained that this overwhelming sense of disorientation descended upon him after receiving the devastating news that both his beloved wife, Her Royal Highness Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and his father, His Majesty King Charles III, had been diagnosed with cancer. Just imagine, for a moment, the crushing weight of such a revelation. Not one, but two of the most important people in his life, both pillars of his world, both facing a formidable and life-altering battle with illness at the same time. This was not simply a personal tragedy. It was a moment that struck at the very core of the royal family and the stability of the institution itself. It was, without question, a seismic shock that shook the very core of Prince William's existence, challenging his long-held belief in his family's remarkable good fortune and stability. His reflections on his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, who both lived well into their 90s and embodied health, stoicism, and endurance, only served to magnify the contrast between their seeming invincibility and the harsh new reality he suddenly found himself confronting. That long-standing luck the family had enjoyed, as William saw it, appeared to have abruptly run its course. For the first time, he was forced to face a vulnerability he may have subconsciously believed would never touch them. The future king candidly admitted that despite a lifetime spent preparing for duty, leadership, and the immense responsibilities awaiting him, nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared him for the health crises that struck in the years 2023 and 2024. And isn't that something so deeply human? We build our lives around an unspoken assumption of continuity, of good health, stability, and predictability. We plan for tomorrow, we look forward to milestones, and we move through life with quiet confidence that its rhythm will remain steady, But life, in its unpredictable way, has a habit of reminding us just how fragile that stability truly is. It tests our strength, our faith, and our emotional endurance in ways we never anticipate. Prince William expressed this universal human truth with remarkable honesty, saying, "You maybe think to yourself, it won't happen to us. We'll be okay. Because I think everyone has a positive outlook. You've got to be positive, but when it does happen to you, then it takes you into some pretty not great places." These words resonate deeply. They speak to that initial disbelief, the instinctive denial that cushions us from shock, and the emotional descent that follows when reality finally takes hold. It is a journey through uncharted emotional terrain, where optimism gives way to fear, uncertainty, and at times, helplessness. It's a rare and moving admission from a man raised under the weight of destiny, a testament to the immense psychological burden that comes with confronting such devastating news, not once, but twice. Within one's closest family circle, the emotional interview, according to reports, was filmed in February. Around that same period, Princess Catherine shared the uplifting news that she was finally in remission after months of preventative chemotherapy. While intensely personal, this timeline offers a window into the private struggle endured by the royal family, an ordeal carried out behind palace walls, marked by resilience, faith, and a quiet determination to persevere before the world learned the truth. Meanwhile, King Charles's own battle with cancer continues. Having ascended the throne in September of 2022, following the passing of his beloved mother, Queen Elizabeth II, His Majesty faced his own health crisis earlier this year. In February of 2024, Buckingham Palace announced that the king had been diagnosed with a form of cancer discovered during a routine procedure for an enlarged prostate. Although the exact type of cancer was not disclosed, the palace confirmed that His Majesty had begun a regimen of regular treatment, requiring a temporary reduction in public engagements. For a monarch known for his tireless devotion to duty and his lifelong work ethic, this was a profound adjustment. Yet, even amidst such personal adversity, King Charles continued to fulfill his essential state responsibilities, including weekly audiences with the Prime Minister and reviewing official papers, demonstrating the same sense of commitment and service that has defined his reign. The public outpouring of concern and compassion for the king has been both powerful and heartfelt, reflecting the deep affection and respect he commands as he navigates this difficult chapter. However, it was the news of Princess Catherine's diagnosis that struck the public with the greatest sense of shock and sorrow, largely because of the veil of mystery that surrounded her health before the truth was revealed. In January of 2024, Kensington Palace initially announced that the Princess of Wales had undergone a planned abdominal surgery. At that time, the statement emphasized that her condition was non-cancerous and assured the public that she would recover privately, with her return to duties expected after Easter. However, the truly heartbreaking reality emerged 2 months later. On March 22, 2024, in a deeply personal and extraordinarily brave video message to the nation, Princess Catherine shared the news that post-operative tests had revealed the presence of cancer and that she was undergoing a course of preventative chemotherapy. Her calm, composed demeanor, her sincerity, and her heartfelt plea for privacy for her young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, resonated across the world. She spoke with moving honesty about the shock of the diagnosis and the difficulty of processing such life-changing news, especially while finding the right words to comfort and reassure her children. Her strength and grace in choosing to share such a personal experience, not only with her family but with the global public, was truly remarkable. The world watched with bated breath as an overwhelming wave of support, admiration, and compassion poured in for the beloved Princess of Wales. Her openness humanized the royal family in a profound way, serving as a poignant reminder that even those who live their lives in the glare of public attention are not shielded from life's deepest struggles. The image of the vibrant, radiant princess, known for her energy, warmth, and tireless public service, quietly enduring chemotherapy, was one that stirred hearts everywhere. It inspired empathy, respect, and a renewed sense of connection to her and to the royal family as a whole. Throughout this incredibly difficult time, Prince William has stood as an unwavering pillar of strength and devotion, Balancing his public duties with his role as a loving husband and dedicated father, he has remained steadfastly by Catherine's side, ensuring stability and emotional security for their children amid the uncertainty. His choice to speak so openly, even in an interview filmed earlier in the year, provides rare insight into the emotional and psychological toll of these twin crises. His father's illness and his wife's diagnosis. It exposes a depth of vulnerability and private anguish that few could ever truly imagine. William's willingness to reveal this side of himself marks a significant departure from the traditional royal stiff upper lip, that age-old expectation of composure and restraint that has long defined the monarchy. This newfound openness reflects both the evolution of the royal family and the shifting expectations of the modern public, who increasingly value authenticity, empathy, and emotional honesty from their leaders. For a man so often portrayed as the embodiment of stoicism and responsibility, ready to one day shoulder the weight of kingship, his admission of being taken to not great places is a deeply powerful moment. It reminds us that even future monarchs are human, vulnerable to the same fears, heartbreaks, and emotional turbulence that define the human experience. The immense pressure of his destiny, coupled with the profound personal crises surrounding his wife and father, must at times feel unbearable. He is not just a husband and a son, he is also the heir to the throne, expected to project strength and continuity, even as his private world is shaken to its core. His words provide a rare window into the delicate balancing act between private pain and public duty, a duality that defines the very essence of royal life. These revelations have deeply affected public perception of the royal family. They strip away the layers of formality and distance, allowing people to see them as individuals who, despite the grandeur of their titles and palaces, grapple with the same emotions, fears, and uncertainties as everyone else. It's a moment that bridges the gap between royalty and humanity, reminding the world that behind the crowns and ceremonies are real people, facing the same fragility of life that unites us all. Experiences like these resonate deeply with so many of us in our own lives. While Prince William often reflects on the unwavering stoicism and strength of his late grandparents, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and His Royal Highness Prince Philip, he now finds himself embodying those very same qualities in his own way. Yet, his approach carries a distinctly modern touch. By choosing to share his emotions rather than conceal them entirely, he demonstrates a more transparent, empathetic form of leadership, one that recognizes that true strength can coexist with vulnerability. In doing so, he reminds us that resilience is not defined by the absence of pain, but by the courage to face it openly and, when appropriate, to share its weight with others. Prince William's heartfelt candor serves as a universal reminder that illness, especially one as formidable as cancer, is a great equalizer. It cuts across all social boundaries, touching lives in ways that unite us through shared fear, hope, and perseverance. His words echo the experiences of countless families who have faced similar diagnoses, fostering a sense of solidarity and connection that transcends class, privilege, or status. They remind us that behind the regal titles and centuries of tradition are human beings, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters, enduring challenges that are profoundly real and deeply personal. As we reflect on Prince William's poignant revelations, we are left with a striking image of a future king stripped of royal reserve, confronting personal sorrow and uncertainty with quiet courage. His admission of feeling the rug pulled from beneath his feet and being taken to not great places offers rare insight into the emotional toll of his wife's and father's battles with cancer. This moment of unguarded honesty not only humanizes the Prince of Wales, but also highlights the extraordinary inner strength required to carry the dual weight of private anguish and public duty. It captures the essence of what it truly means to serve, not only with dignity and grace, but with empathy and authenticity. It is, in many ways, a moving testament to the endurance of the human spirit and the quiet bravery that often goes unseen behind palace walls. So, what are your thoughts on Prince William's open reflections? Do you believe it's valuable for members of the royal family to share such deeply personal struggles, or do you prefer they maintain a more traditional and reserved demeanor?